We're going to start off with some breath work. So I want you just to start off, just spread your feet slightly and just relax your shoulders. I want you to take a nice big breath in through your nose and out. So we're just going to take a nice big breath in and out. Now I want you to think about your feet. Feel that connection to the floor as you breathe in and out. And imagine your ankles are stacking underneath your knees. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips. Breathing into your legs. And breathing out, connecting to the floor. And then on top of our hips and pelvis. And then our shoulders on top of that. So a nice tall line. And your spine, each vertebra one on top of the other. And your head is just balanced on top of that. So imagine that tall spine, perfectly balanced. As you breathe in, think about your lungs inflating like two balloons, that breath expanding into the sides of your ribs, and then breathing out, deflating those balloons. So we're just breathing in and breathing out. Now your diaphragm, it expands down, pushing down into your tummy muscles, your organs, your pelvic floor. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of movement to our breath now. So I want you to bend your knees. Your arms come up as you straighten up. And then your arms come out wide as you bend your knees back down again. So do that again. Nice big breath in and breath out. And I want you to keep doing that. Let's just do a couple more of those. Nice big breath in your own time and breath out. One more time. Lovely. Now this time we're going to take a little lean from side to side. So just flexing through your spine. And then I want you to add in some arms as well. So as you're reaching over, really feel that stretch all the way through your side. Good. We're going to do one more each way. And as it's Christmas, we're going to be a little star. So I want you to take your arms out nice and wide, focus on something, hopefully not hitting each other. Lift up one leg and then just take to lean to one side. And I want you to hold that balance there. So you're just making a nice star shape. And engaging your core, feel that connection from your foot to the floor. Lovely. Come back to the center, relax your arms and give them a little roll. And we're going to try that on the other side. So focus again, arms out, pick up that leg and hold your balance, but keep breathing. And then coming back to the center. Good. Give those shoulders a little roll. So this time our tree pose. Let's bring those hands together in the center. And I want you just to turn your toe and knee out to the side. So you can have your foot on the floor. You can pick your foot up onto your lower leg or onto that upper leg. And again, you're just going to hold that balance there. So I have been practicing while brushing my teeth, standing on one leg, and oh my goodness, it hurts your tummy muscles. You never realize you use your tummy muscles so much and how weak you get. Okay, we're going to change legs. So again, you choose your option. Toe can be on the floor, on your lower leg, or your upper leg. And if you want to show off, you can lift those hands above your head. Or you can keep them down here with me. And then bring your hands and feet back down. So if you just come forward to the front of your mat, What I want you to do is just take a big step back with your right leg. So your back foot's just slightly turned out. Try and keep your hips and shoulders facing forwards. And then we're going to take a nice big breath in again, and either with your arms up, or you can choose this option here with me. So I'm going to take the easy options as always. Good. And while you're there again, think about that connection through both feet into the floor. Think about that strength in your legs and each vertebra in your spine, stacked one on top of the other, and a lovely long neck. And breathe. Good. Step back in again. Just give those shoulders a little shake out. And we're going to change legs. So again, we're going to step your foot back. Both feet grounded, flat. Hands either at chest level, or you can have arms apart, arms reaching, stretching through those fingertips. So you're working every little muscle in your arms, down your legs to your toes. And this is our warrior one position. So a nice strong pose. Good. Let's bring those feet together again. And this time we're just going to roll forward. So I want you to think, tuck your chin in, rolling down your spine, one vertebra at a time, just to where it's comfortable for you. And then you're going to roll back up again. And we're going to do a couple more of those in your own time. So just rolling down your spine. And then think re-stacking that spine. So these are really good ones to do at this time of year. If you're feeling a bit stiff and achy, bending over, doing your present wrapping and card wrapping. Okay, so on this next, we're going to make our way down onto your hands and knees. Lovely. So coming down onto your hands and knees, I'm going to start with our cat-cow pose. So a great one again for a little bit of spinal flexibility. So I'm just going to adjust my camera slightly. Okay, so on your hands and knees, I want you to think about tucking your tailbone between your legs, rounding your spine, and then rounding your head. So like an angry cat. And then we're going to reverse that. So we're going to think, stick your bum up in the air. So we get a little tilt in our pelvis, a little dip in that lower back, all the way through your spine, all the way through your neck and your head. And then we reverse that again, tucking your pelvis, so making that angry cat shape, rounding your back. And then reversing it, making a little dip in your back. Lovely. So do a couple more of those for me. And again, just take it nice and slow, working with your breath. Good. So on this next one, we're going to find halfway. So if you imagine you've got a nice flat back now with a pole balanced on the back of your head, between your shoulder blades, and down the center of your spine. And we don't want that pole to fall off your back. So keeping your back still, you're going to stretch out opposite arm, opposite leg. And just hold that balance there. So your option, you can have the easier option with me, fingertips and toe on the floor, or you can have arm and leg lifted. And again, you're just going to hold it there. Good. And think, slide your shoulder blades away from your ears. Make sure your shoulders aren't hunching up into your neck. Good. Okay, let's change sides. So take a moment, think about that flat back. And then when you're ready again, you're going to stretch out opposite arm, opposite leg. And again, you can choose hand on the floor or hand lifted. You see where your balance is. And again, just keep breathing and holding that balance. And then we're going to have a little rest in child's pose. So just letting your hips sink back to your heels. And you can either make a little fist with your hands and rest your head on your hands, or relax your hands and rest your forehead on the floor. Your kidneys in that lower back. So we're twisting mobility in our spine now. We're going to come back up onto hands and knees, threading the needle. So you're going to start with your right arm and just make sure you've got room at the side. You're not going to hit the wall. I want you to lift your arm up to the ceiling or as high as you can. And then you're going to thread it all the way through to the other side. So actually thread it through, bend your left elbow so you can lower your right shoulder and ear to the floor. But we're not going to stay there. We're going to come back up again. So big breath in as your arm reaches up to the ceiling. Breathe out as you thread it through. So we're twisting that thoracic, that upper spine between your shoulder blades. And again, untwisting, reaching up to the ceiling, and then threading through. And you're going to do two more on that side. Your last one, I want you to thread your arm through. Just hold it there if you can. So a nice shoulder stretch. Let's reset, come back to the center, change arms. So you're going to lift that left arm up to the ceiling and then threading it all the way through. Breathe in as we reach up to the ceiling. Breathe out as we twist and reach through. You're going to hold that stretch as you thread your arm all the way through. This time, let's make our way down onto your tummy. So you're going to start off with your arms down by the sides of your body. And we're just going to lift your upper body. So I want you to take a breath in as you lift up head, chest, and arms. And think squeeze those shoulder blades. And then breathe out, relax back down again. So slowly breath in, lifting up, breath out, lowering back down. So just in your own time, slowly lifting up, slowly lowering back down. Oops, your bum and your legs. So just use what we call your erector spinae muscles, the muscles running down either side of your spine. So you're going to lift up, stretch into those fingertips, and imagine you're an angel flying across the sky. And then relax back down again. Okay, so you can relax your arms wherever's comfortable for you. We're going to start with your legs now. So starting with your right leg, you're going to lift your leg up off the floor, out to the side, back to the center, and down. And we're going to do the same leg 10 times. So in your own time, reaching up out, in, and down. So again, don't hurry it. Remember, slower is harder. Change legs. Let's change. Pointing down at the floor, not twisting. And then relaxing there. So we're going to roll it over onto your right hand side. So again, as you lie on your side, lengthen your bottom arm. You can relax your head on your arm. Make yourself as long and tall as you can on that right hand side. Do be aware of your candles though, and don't burn yourselves. Okay, so you can have your top hand either resting on the floor, or you can rest that top hand on your side, which is harder to balance. And then again, you've got little options. So option one is just lifting your top leg. You're only going to lift it to hip height and back down. Harder option, option two, is lifting both legs and back down. So again, either one leg or both legs, slowly up and down, and either with your top hand on the floor to help you balance, or top hand on your side. Imagine you're drawing your waist in away from the floor and really stretching from fingertips to toes. And then you're going to bring that top leg over. So bottom leg stays long and straight. You're just going to bend your top knee as you bring your top knee over. And then I want you to try and lift that bottom leg up and down. So think squeezing your inner thigh. And again, slowly lifting it as high as you can with this leg, because it's not going to be very high. And apologies if you've got thin mats, because that's going to feel a bit bony on the hard floor. Okay, and you can relax there. So I want you to bend both knees. And again, think about your hips being stacked one on top of the other, keeping your feet together. And you're just going to open that top knee and close your top knee. So as you're opening your top knee, think squeeze your heels together and imagine you're squeezing your bottom. So squeezing your glutes. And then relaxing there. So you're going to come back up to sitting. Okay, let's swing your legs around in front of you. And I want you to sit with your legs nice and wide. Oh, I can feel this. I can tell I've not done anything for 5 months. Right, let's stretch those arms out. So we're going to do Saw. You're going to reach opposite arm across. It may reach your knee, your shin, or your little toe, wherever it wants to reach. And then sit back up again. Stretch out wide, twist and reach across to the other side. So take a breath in, sit up tall and wide. Breath out as you twist and reach across. So breath in, stretch up tall. Breath out as you reach across. Let's do one more each way. Lovely. Now you can sit however's comfortable for you. You can have your legs out wide, you can have your legs bent, cross legs, straight legs, whatever's comfortable for you. So make sure you can sit tall though, and elbows bent like this. So imagine you're holding some mince pies in your hand and you're going to pass them to your neighbor. So you're opening your arms, but don't let those elbows come away from your body. So keep your elbows glued in. So you're just crossing your arms, opening your arms. Good. And again, we've got a lovely tall spine. So we're working on that shoulder mobility. So we'll be doing lots of this in the new year for me. Okay, we're going to roll over onto your left-hand side now. Again, you can face whichever way you like, but think about your left. So you may well be facing the same side because I turned you round, but don't worry about that. As long as it's your left, that's okay. So let's start with both legs long and straight to begin with. And you're just lifting either one leg, so lifting your top leg just to hip height and back down, or you can lift both legs. So again, nice and slowly. And either with your hand on the floor to help you balance or hand on your side. Good. So think about that length from your fingertips to your toes. Good. So let's bring that top knee over. So our bottom leg's still long and straight. And this time we're lifting that bottom leg up and down. So squeezing your inner thigh. And then let's bend both knees. So this time keeping your feet together and just opening and closing that top knee. So think breathing in, opening your knee and squeezing those heels together. Breathing out, lowering that knee. Okay, let's make our way over onto your back now. So again, we're going to think about your spine, one vertebra at a time, as we do some bridges. So start with your knees bent and feet on the floor. Have your feet about hip width. So if you imagine you're lining up ankles, knees, and hips. Don't let your knees wobble in and out though. So we're going to flatten your back and then roll up your spine, one vertebra at a time, just to where it's comfortable for you. And then you're going to slowly roll back down your spine, one vertebra at a time. So think about breathing in as you're peeling your spine off the floor. And breathing out as you're rolling it back down into the floor. Check those knees aren't wobbling. Let's just do one more. And as you roll back down this time, I want you to find what we call your neutral spine. So that means your back's not completely flat, but it's not got a great big arch under it either. So if you imagine just a small enough gap for your fingertips or a piece of paper. So we're all going to be slightly different. I want you to lift your right leg, knee bent. Now, we've never done this one before, so this could be fun. I want you to lift your left arm. So fingertips, in fact, you can just touch your knee with your fingertips. So you've got your left arm, right leg, opposite arm, opposite leg. Okay. You're going to stretch your arm back and your leg forward. And then you're going to bring them together again. So your hand touches your knee. So we're going to breathe in. Arm reaches out, leg reaches out. Breathe out, bringing hand to knee. Breath in as you stretch out. And breath out, squeezing those tummy muscles in the middle. Good. So nice lengthening all the way from toes to fingers, squeezing in the middle. And it's also working our brain and our coordination. So at this time of the year, when you're frazzled with all the Christmas activities, that's going to be quite difficult, I know. And we're going to change to make it harder. So this time, pick up your left leg and your right arm, hand to knee. Breathe in as you lengthen. Breathe out as you come back to the center. Looking good. Let's do one more. And then have a little hug. Okay. Now you can choose with this next one. You can either have both feet on the floor and you can have both arms up to the ceiling. Or harder option, you can have both legs lifted. So imagine your knees are 90 degrees, you're resting your feet on a little table. So we're not actually going to move the legs, we're just moving your arms. So you're going to breathe in as you open your arms as wide as you can without hitting anyone. And then breathe out as they come back up to the ceiling. So like you're giving your family a big hug. Breathing in, arms opening. Breathing out, arms closing. Let's do two more. And then you can hug your knees to chest. Okay, let's put your feet on the floor. Again, have your feet just slightly apart. Arms out wide, but your arms are just going to stay relaxed on the floor for this twist stretch. So tilt your knees to the right and just let them drop wherever they want to. And turn your head to look away from your knees. So head looks to the left, knees twist to the right, and we just hold it there. Try not to hold the muscles though. I want you to breathe and relax. And then we're going to change sides. So tilting your knees to the left, turning your head to the right. And again, just take a nice big breath in and out. All right, let's come back to the center. I want you just to lengthen your right leg up to the ceiling. Grab hold of the back of your thigh and just gently pulling your leg towards you. And just giving the back of your leg, your hamstrings a little stretch. And then bend your knee. You're going to cross your right ankle to left thigh. Grab hold of your right leg and imagine you're pulling that right knee across towards your left shoulder. So just pulling it across your body. Makes you feel a bit of a stretch down this side of your leg, maybe into your glutes in that right side. And then let's change legs. So lengthen your left leg up to the ceiling. Just holding it there. Bending your knee. So again, crossing ankle to thigh. So pulling that left knee across towards your right shoulder. So we're just going to move into some relaxation then. So if you've got a blanket or anything you want to put on to keep yourself nice and warm, find yourself a comfortable position and close your eyes. And I think we'll switch all the lights out, seeing as we've got some lovely candles to enjoy. Can you do that for me, Chris? Thank you. Just find yourself a comfortable position and just closing your eyes. So I want you to breathe in, hold that breath, and then breathe out. And again, just in your own time, repeat that. So you're going to breathe in a nice full breath, hold that breath, slowly breathe out in your own time. And then just breathe naturally for you. So relax your jaw, relax your cheeks, relax your head and neck. So you're breathing in relaxation, breathing out any stress. Relaxing your shoulders and arms. peace. Breathing out anxiety. Breathing in calmness. Breathing out any frustration. Breathing in love and hope. Breathing out any disappointments. As we end this year, say to yourself, I am prepared. Breathing in, just saying in your head, I am prepared. I am ready. Focus back to the room, to the floor you're lying on, connecting to your body, your mind and breath. Take a big breath in, energizing and reawakening. Have a stretch if you need to, and then maybe just have a little hug. And when you feel ready, we're just going to make your way back up to sitting. And I want to wish you all a happy Christmas and a happy and healthier New Year. And thank you all for being with me this year and for coming. Thank you. And thank you, Chris, if you can stagger up and do the lights for us. That would be great. And thank you, everyone who had joined me at home today. It was lovely, lovely to see you there. And thank you all for keeping in touch. And we'll see you soon.